it's supposed to go down into single digits overnight. What I do with these deer hides is after I brain them, I bring them out real good, throw them in the freezer. That's where I last left you. And today we're going to hang the big one that we've been working on the clothesline to freeze dry. This will take up a lot of the time that it takes to stretch this hide. Usually I have to wait until the early summer, about 70 degrees outside, and I would have to brain it and then wring it really good and then stretch it sometimes 4 or 5 hours straight. So I already got a smaller hide out here just to show you. They do freeze solid, and the colder it is, the better. I wouldn't do this if it was going to be just going into the low 20s overnight, because it would rise above freezing in the day, and then this thing would start to turn into rawhide instead of doing what we need it to do. That is to freeze dry. So what I'll do is I'll pull these back in after they're done 3-4 days, start to stretch it, pull it. I should only have to do that for about an hour to finish it up. But if it feels like it's not softening the way I want it to, all I got to do is I can throw it into another brain solution, bring it out, and refreeze it in my freezer until the fall, until the summer, and then it should pull and stretch and dry pretty quick, because most of it would be already tanned. So I'm just going to hang this one up, show you how I do it. And this is that hide that we were using. I'll be right out. And I just use the clothesline. I do have another one of these hides that I have pulled out and it's thawing down. I don't like to do all of them at once because I just don't have the time to stretch all of them out in one day. So all I'm going to do here is get 2 lines, and again, it's in the low 20s right now. If it was in the single digits, you could probably just fold this over and touch it to itself and it would again, it would freeze solid. You'll start to see this one will freeze up in about 10-15 minutes, but I don't want to bore you with all that video detail. And this is a pretty big heavy hide with cheap clothespins, so this might take a little longer than a normal. It's going to be a pain. Does get quite cold on the hand. This one will be a beauty when it's done. And the edges are starting to freeze already on this side here, where it's very thin. Starting to freeze. We do got a pretty good wind too. The wind is going to help it dry out a little faster in its cold conditions. Once it freezes, you don't have to worry about it with the snow, because the snow won't stick to it. And if it does, all you need to do is brush it off with a broom. Okay, now I'm going to put a couple more clothespins on it. I am going to take a piece of paracord and tie it through this hole and around this line, because with the wind like this before, I've come out the next morning and the thing's laying on the ground. It's still frozen, but not something you want. It dries out a lot better when it is in the air and in the wind a little bit. So that's another tip. Wearing my wool hunting shirt that I made up. I was on East Woodland Survival channel. It's a site on YouTube, and Darren on that site had a wonderful tutorial on a wool hunting shirt. I sort of made some changes to it, and I'm going to get that out in a further video. If you want to go and see his channel, I'm not going to go through all the sewing and how you do that, but I'll show you what I did to make it a little bit different and a little bit better for these northern temperatures. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please feel free to write. I'd like to answer them. Have a good day.